So here we are then for the next episode of the F1 2018 career mode. We're here at China. Couldn't think of the race there. We qualified in 5th place out on the grid. So we actually got the new front wing on the car, which is working well from what I could tell in qualifying. And I've decided to put on the next upgrade, which is the rear downforce, so we're going to work on that. We're still waiting on that engine and that chassis bit, and I'm going to save these resource points for when we can get the next upgrade for the chassis and the major one on the aero side of things. So let's not waste any more time. Taking a look at the championship, you can see we are in 3rd place in the championship and Red Bull leading the way in the constructors. So let's get straight into the Chinese Grand Prix, where hopefully we can try and take another podium finish. So here we are on the grid then. We're here for the Chinese Grand Prix. Let's take a look at the strategy. We're going to be on ultra softs and then we're going to go to softs. So, what about the... Oh no, we skip out the super softs. Okay, no, that's fine. We're going to go ultra soft, then soft tyres. So that is cool. It was a wet qualifying and we managed to nick 5th place. So it was a pretty difficult qualifying session. There's a part where we were really far behind and then we caught up, and that was through the straights, because through the corners this Red Bull is fantastic, but on the straights we lose so much time. So let's get straight into the race then. Here on the 3rd row of the grid, what are we able to do? We got our teammate right alongside us. Hopefully we can keep ahead of him at the start of this Grand Prix. But it hasn't worked out like that. I'm just trying to put my other headphone in and we've lost out big time at the first corner. So that's partly my fault. I was putting my headphone in at the same time. I only had the one earphone in my ear, but I wanted two in. So that's my bad. And we've dropped right down to P9. So this is not good. We need to make up the positions as quickly as possible. We're going to come straight back down the inside. There we go. Up the inside, back into P6, and we've got a Renault on the outside. I thought he was further behind us, but oh my god, I was going to say we've been able to out accelerate him, but maybe not. The Renault there clipping the back of us is not what we need. Right, we're all out in the wrong gear and everything. Right, okay, so it's another situation like we had in Bahrain where the top 5 just went and we struggled to keep up, but we're going to have to go on the charge now. Okay, so the engineer saying build on the pace, which is what we need to do. We've recovered back into 6th place, but our teammate is ahead of us. We need to try and close him down. So far, I've beaten him in every single Grand Prix, which is what we need to do, because we're trying to get that #1 driver spot here at Red Bull Honda. Okay, so it is Mercedes, Ferrari, and they are going at it again. It's going to be a close battle all season between the two manufacturers, and then Red Bull. Hopefully we can just keep building on our package pretty quickly. It's only really, oh my god, only really the engine we need to work on, and then we should be up with the pace of the Red Bull, of the Mercedes and Ferrari. So let's see if we're able to catch up over the next few laps. So the gap is 1.8 seconds. We're going to be pitting on lap number 4. So I wonder whether it's worth undercutting again like we did at the previous Grand Prix. It worked out for us, so we might have to do it again, but I'm a bit worried around here that the tyres won't last as well as they did out at Bahrain, so it's going to be a bit of a risk. Let's take a look at the tyres now. 9%, 12%. They're okay, but we might need it just to close up the gap a little bit to the front runners, the undercut, so I think we're going to go for it again. As you can see up ahead, Max Verstappen is through on Kimi Raikkonen, which is really good. So we've actually had the pace to get past Kimi Raikkonen, but he's coming back at Max Verstappen at turn number 1. We've run wide. Oh, that's not what we want. Get back on track. There we go. We've recovered quite nicely, and Verstappen and Raikkonen holding each other up a treat. This is giving us an opportunity to catch up, but the front 3, they are gone. So maybe it's not best to undercut now. I'm not sure. We're going to see how we go, but these two are still battling, and it's giving us an opportunity to catch up without having to undercut. So maybe not the undercut, maybe not. Yeah, I'm going to stay out for another lap because these tyres feel good. I don't want to throw them away for the sake of trying to catch up. We've been able to get up onto the back of these guys. It just means that we might struggle to get ourselves in a podium position, but that's okay. I just wanted to beat our teammate out here. Got a decent run on Kimi Räikkönen. I thought about going up the inside, but I thought it too risky, so I'm going to stick in behind. This is the first lap where we get DRS, so we should be able to get by just with the DRS. So here we go, decent run out of that long right-hander. Here comes the DRS. You can see already that Ferrari pulling away, and he's going, and we're not going to be able to get him unless we do something on the brakes here, which we're going to go straight up the inside. There we go. That is what we want to see. Straight past Kimi Räikkönen and onto the back of our teammate. Here we go, we got the DRS on our teammate. We're a bit far back really to try anything, so like the engineer's saying, we're just going to have to give a fantastic in-lap to try and make inroads into the top 3, but we're already straight on the back of our teammate, and we've completely lost the rear as we made contact with him. We just closed right up, and they're nowhere to go, so we got stuck in behind him. But here we go, we're going to go for overtake mode. Maybe I can do something up the inside here. Very deep on the brakes, and job done on Max Verstappen. That was very aggressive. We did a Max Verstappen on Verstappen, so let's see now if we're able to close the gap up to the front runners. They look really far ahead, but maybe if they start battling or something like that, we might be able to close it down. So let's keep on pushing. I'm going to use a lot of ERS on this in-lap. So here we go, we're in the pits, and Fernando Alonso is out of this Grand Prix. He's obviously made a mistake or something wrong with his car, and he's had to retire from the race. So let's go. Pit stop time. The Ferrari has been held up a treat, and we... Oh, look at this. That is ridiculous. We lost so much time there. And so did the Ferrari, but I thought we might be able to nip out ahead of him, but it wasn't meant to be. So this outlap needs to be a solid one too. So let's go. Let's try and close up the gap to Sebastian Vettel. Here we go, coming across the line then. Everyone else is in the pits. That was a decent lap from us. So are we going to be able to jump anyone out of the pits? We're able to keep ahead of our teammate, and Vettel sneaks around the outside of Bottas. I'm going to sneak up his inside as we completely swamp Bottas there. He's on the cold tyres, so we had to make the most of that, and we found ourselves now in a podium position and also right on the back of Sebastian Vettel. So this could be an opportunity here to try and get another second place. We can't take a 3 back-to-back second place. Well, we could. It's definitely possible here, but it's gonna be difficult, especially around here with our lack of power. But our aero advantage and chassis performance really does help, especially in this middle sector where we really are quite quick compared to the Ferrari. But then out of there, look at the acceleration there. Just accelerates ahead of us, so this straight is going to be crucial, but we will get the DRS. I don't think he's going to get the DRS from Hamilton up ahead. So here we go, going to stick right in behind him in the slipstream. Look at that, right, pulling alongside Vettel now. Look at this, it's so close. We've got the DRS and we're still not able to pull ahead. We're pushing, we're pushing, we're pushing. I'm going to turn the rich mix down, save it for later on in this race, and we run a little bit deep, but we pull it down to the apex, and there we go. Straight up, down the inside of Sebastian Vettel. That was a tough little battle there, but we're going to have to keep ahead for the rest of this Grand Prix, and there's a long way to go. About 8 laps to go now. And here comes Sebastian Vettel. I'm going to hold my line. He's going to come up the inside. I wasn't expecting him to try and hold it around the inside, but like I say, using our brand new front wing here and the Red Bull chassis, it's all good. We're able to hold it around the outside through turn 1. And I wonder if we're able to catch up to Lewis Hamilton. So I'm starting to feel a little bit confident in this car now and its capabilities around the corners. It's just the straights where we lose out. So I wonder, 2.4 seconds to Hamilton. We've got plenty of laps, about halfway through this race, plenty of laps to try and catch up to Hamilton, the current leader, and maybe we could take our first race win for Red Bull Honda. So as we come across the line, it was 2.4 seconds. It is now 1.9 seconds up to Hamilton. Come on, we can do this. We've lost out 2.5 seconds now as the gap to Hamilton. We made a few mistakes on this lap. or Hamilton has just reacted to our pace and he's pulling out again. But we're going to have to watch out for Sebastian Vettel and also Bottas behind, and also our teammate behind him if we make any mistakes. So let's keep it going. Oh no, here comes Vettel actually. Gonna have to think about defending here. I'm going to go to the inside, bring it back to the middle of the track to defend nicely down at the end of that straight, and I wonder if we've caught up to Hamilton a little bit. But let's keep on pushing, keep Vettel at bay if we can, and then try and make up the gap to Hamilton up ahead. And it's virtual safety car. This is a chance to save some fuel and everything like that. So we're off again, and we might have lost out a little bit up to Hamilton, but I don't know if we have. What is going on here? We've got Van Dorn, it looks like, going very slowly, and we're actually catching up to Lewis Hamilton on that back straight, and because of that virtual safety car I think we actually did gain time on him. Maybe Hamilton screwed up the virtual safety car, but the gap is now 1.2 seconds. We need to keep up the pressure to try and catch up to Hamilton. I'm going to keep it in rich mix. I want to close this gap, and we're going to push for the win if we can. Wow, what a start to this season. This, if we can get the win, or even if we get second place again, this would be a fantastic start to the season. And I just noticed behind, it's Bottas behind now. I think Vettel made a mistake there, because he's now behind our teammate Max Verstappen. That is crazy. Here we go. Can we do anything on the brakes on Lewis Hamilton? Come on, very deep on the brakes. Let's keep him at bay, force him round there, and he's caught the back of us. We slowed right down round there. We're ahead. Oh, if Lewis Hamilton has shifted down one too many gears, and here he is. He's going to come straight back at us. Come on. Oh, this is not what we want. Wonder if we can do anything around this long right-hander at the start. We're going to try it over the inside. He doesn't cover it off, and we're up the inside. That is what we like to see. Use the new front wing to its full potential. Beautiful bit of kit that Red Bull have designed for us on this car, and we're in the lead of our first Grand Prix. This is fantastic for Red Bull Honda, although Hamilton, give him room on the inside. I can see him, he's forcing his way, or at least trying to force the issue, but it doesn't work for him. I'm going to save some ERS for this back straight, where you've only got a few laps to go to hold him off if we can try. So we're on the back straight then. Here comes Lewis Hamilton, he's tucking in our slipstream. He's not going to be able to make it, surely, on the brakes. No, he isn't. We go a little bit deep, miss the apex slightly and lock up, but we get away with it. So, looks like we're going to survive for one more lap. Here we go, putting it into rich mix. We're, I don't know why the engineer is saying good overtake, but we're putting it into rich mix for the final lap. Use that last bit of fuel. We've got enough ERS to have to defend if we need to. So let's see if we can put in a stonker of a lap on this final lap of the Grand Prix, and we might be able to just take the win. And oh no, look how much of a mistake I've made there. That's not what we want. I don't know why there's yellow flags everywhere, but Bottas is close right up to the back of Hamilton as well, which could help us out. We've got Verstappen is off there. Oh, Max Verstappen, he was in a fantastic position to help maintain this lead in the constructors, but he's just thrown it all away on the last lap. He must have got out wide or something like that. Max Verstappen showing his youth. Well, they're saying that I'm a younger driver than he is on this game technically, but oh well, let's keep on pushing. I can turn the ERS up on this back straight, but Bottas and Hamilton are going to be fighting it out for second place come the back straight and the final corners of this Grand Prix as the rear steps us out on a little bit. Come on. I'm actually so gutted about Max Verstappen, because now I think Mercedes will take over at the top, because they got 2 and 3 here. Ferrari, I expected them to do better around here, but they just weren't able to, so that's a bit strange. I wonder where Kimi Raikkonen is, because it's Vettel there in 4th place. Vettel will be pleased Verstappen's out of this race, because he gifted him some more points for his championship course. But I wonder who's going to be leading the championship after this race. But I don't really care for now, because coming around the final corner, we're going to win our first ever Grand Prix for Red Bull Honda. What a result for us there. That is a fantastic race. So as you can see, we took the win from other than that all Mercedes podiums. So Bottas and Hamilton followed us, and it's actually Kimi Raikkonen in 4th place. I thought it was Sebastian Vettel. Now that surprises me really quite a lot, and both McLarens right in last place. Verstappen 18th place. That's not what we want. So take a look at the standings. Wow, we've taken the lead. We've taken the lead of the driver standings. I wasn't expecting to do this early on in our season with Red Bull Honda. We've had quite a bit of good luck and some good strategy calls which have helped us out with undercut, stuff like that. Max Verstappen still on 20 points, so unfortunately we do lose out of the top. We're now only 4 points behind Mercedes, where we would have had a decent lead over them if Verstappen would have finished where he was in 4th place. But there we go, that's it for this episode. If you did enjoy it, remember to smash the like button, share it around with your friends, and do subscribe for more F1 and MotoGP gaming content.